Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video, and new unit drops, so you know what that's time for. It's time to do the trials. I mean, as usual, I'm not really going to judge this unit too much based on the trial, but I will say I didn't use her that much to get through the trial. I had to restart this trial when I did try and use her, so to me that's not usually the best sign, right? But again, I guess it really depends, like, how you view your units and how you kind of see your units. I don't like the fact that her C1 is her super is a heal. Yeah, there's some other things to it, right? But nothing really significant enough that would basically put me in a position where I'd want to sacrifice a lot of power from another unit's like really strong super to use what is in essence a heal that I believe I'd need to look at it again because I forgot already, right? But I believe it's a single unit. I think it heals like the lowest member of your team or something like that. I don't think it heals everyone, so stuff like that is not usually the best. I mean, you'd rather just put a unit who's going to be a C1 healer in rather than that. Don't get me wrong, our C3's decent. I don't know if it's spectacular. I need to like view it a bit differently, but I'm certainly not going to be summoning for her. I'll tell you that much. They'll make it so that I'll need to summon for her. They'll tie her to a new unit, and that new unit won't be as good unless you've got her, which is obviously the trend that they've had for the longest time with regards to these units. I don't like that. I mean, it is what it is, I get it. I just wish character bonds actually made sense, you know? Like, there was a reason for the bonds, not just it's a new unit, so it's why it's a character bond. I feel like a character bond should be a character bond that should like have some reference to the character. There should be a link between the characters or whatever, but hey, that's semantics. There's no point in going over that because it's just the way they've decided to do things with the game. I'm probably going to make a standalone video talking about this next part, and honestly it's not a surprise to me, but I believe other people may have had some, shall we say, unnecessarily inflated hope that we were maybe going to get like a half price divination today. They were maybe going to do the anniversary celebration, the cake, the VIP reset and all the rest of it. I don't really know where that came from. I mean, I've heard it said where it came from, but I'm not going to really get drawn into that because what other people do is up to them. It's not my place to really start calling people out for what content they put in their channels and what they say and stuff like that. But what I will say is, from my time of dealing with things and doing the main Discord and stuff like that, every leak we ever got told was either A, unreliable, I'll say that straight away, or B, it wasn't really a leak. It was more, we would discover things ourselves and the person would confirm it or deny it, right? And quite often those things would then not pan out. They never ever just randomly would hit us up and say, here, this is what's happening, okay? That's not what they did. So there was a degree of guesswork. There always was a degree of guesswork, but it wasn't unsubstantiated guesswork. Things like character leaks and stuff like that, there's a way you can find that stuff out, and I'll tell you in this next video. This next video is going to be going over that. But the only thing about character leaks is they let you know that a unit's coming, which 100% is the case, right? If they've taken the time to like design the intros and all the rest of it, the characters are going to be coming, right? Usually it means it's soon, but it doesn't always mean it's soon. So you kind of have to like temper your expectations sometimes, okay? Do I think we will get a half price divination again? Yes. Of course we will. But it could be Christmas, it could be next year, it could be a year away if the game's still going. I don't know how long this game was planned to run. I don't know. So if I make an arbitrary statement like, yes, we're going to get a half-price divination summon at some point, that's so vague that obviously I'm going to be right, okay? But what people usually take away from that is, it means soon. So even on my Discord, my guild Discord, someone said just yesterday, oh, I guess that means that Summer Poison's going to be the half-price divination unit. And I just replied saying, bold of you to assume we're actually getting a half-price divination unit tomorrow, because, again, it was just pure guesswork, and I just worry sometimes that it can unrealistically inflate people's expectations. Now, some people are probably going to come back at me and say, oh, Hayzink, you spoke about the Turtles about 9 months before they came out, and I did, and that's because, just like I mentioned there was things in the files, there was stuff in the files, and generally speaking, that means there's something that's going to be happening fairly soon. But as the Turtles showed us, that's not always the case. You know, it happened, so being in the files, it will happen. It can just be like an extreme amount of time, right? The thing I'm going to go over in the video later, if you were to do that, you'll see that Yakuza Ken, all his stuff's still there. It's still sitting there, you can see his video and all that kind of stuff, it's still sitting in the game files. And they've still not pushed that unit out. And that's been there months and months and months, okay? That's been there over 6 months, that might have been there a year at this point, because I think when we got Witch Jury, we were quite surprised because we thought it was going to be Yakuza Ken. So that's been sitting there for like a year. So just because something's in the game files, while it does mean it's coming, it doesn't necessarily mean it's coming soon. So I just think that this is why I'm sort of not really bothering with like doing leaks or anything like that anymore. You'll notice that obviously there was information kicking about that there's a new Rose coming at some point, there's the new Guile. I could have easily made a video talking about that last week, and I didn't, mainly because I just cannot be bothered with the Redditors and all the rest of it giving it, oh, look at you claiming you've got inside information. Well, no, that's never ever been a claim. I mean, I'm not saying this is levelled at me right now because I never made the video, so I know that the current thread that's being discussed in Reddit is not aimed at me because I never made the video. But even when you don't say things, they start to say stuff like, oh, look, he's claiming he's got inside information. Well, no, because anybody can do the whole going to Snoop to find out if there's like units lurking in the files that we don't know about and stuff like that. And again, I'm going to talk about how you do that in my next video, and I'll talk about why I'm doing it as well, and there's a reason why I'm doing it, and hopefully it becomes apparent in that video. So if you've ever wanted to get the drop on people, if you've ever wanted to get the inside scoop of, is there maybe secrets dwelling in here? Is there maybe like videos I've never seen? Is there maybe characters that are planned to come soon that I don't know about? Then check out the next video because I'll tell you exactly how you find out that information, and I'll also tell you why I'm telling you how you find out that information. But I actually think it's extremely unfair. I mean, I didn't expect half-price divination, I'll be honest. I didn't expect the cake event because it would have been ludicrously stupid. Like, you've missed the anniversary, you decided to allow a countdown to finish and you didn't do anything at the end of it, so to literally just a week later turn around and do these things that should have happened when the countdown ended would have made no sense, and people were just really, really, really hoping, and unfortunately that hope just led to disappointment. So that's why I tried to temper that and not talk about things like half-price divination and stuff, because honestly I genuinely thought there was like a 0% chance of it happening. Again, I do think it will happen at some point in the future, and it will probably happen with a mid-tier unit because that's what they've done so far. Either a trash unit or a mid-tier unit. You're not going to get a good unit in half-price divination. That's just not how they roll. But anyway, that is your poison trial. I'm going to talk about some things in my next couple of videos that I kind of think need to be addressed. It's not drama or anything. It's more to do with just strange things I noticed during the last event, and I'm also going to let you guys know how you can basically find out the information about what's coming, and no one needs to lord it over you with that info. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, see you later, and I'm Hayzink, as you know if you've clicked my channel. Goodbye.